Okay. There's no intro. I don't know how to start a video like this off. I have contemplated, should I wear makeup? Should I not wear makeup? I bought a microphone. Should I use the microphone? Should I not use the microphone? Where should I film? When should I film? What shirt should I wear? Just all things just to prolong this video that is just well overdue. I have been wanting to do this type of content for years, you guys. It has been in the bottom of my stomach for years. I have just not came on camera, not have a conversation with y'all for years. I don't know if I'm gonna cry about this, y'all. I feel like I am cried out, okay, for me to even make this video. But then again, I'm very emotional, so it might come out. All right, so let me stop prolonging because that's what I'm doing. And to my mother, because I know you're watching this video, this is what you do.
Done with Brianna. I swear to God on my mama's grave, I'm done with her. If she dies tomorrow, I don't give a fuck.
Per your words, per your request, I don't exist. So please have no complaints about the video. Everything that you have said and you have done, you have said it with your chest, okay? You have bragged about it, and I'm cool with that. Let me make a warning. This is going to be a triggering video, okay? If you, please be mindful. Disclaimer, my intentions aren't to have this come off in a negative and bitter way. This situation happened in March. I have prolonged this video to try to heal from the situation and try to do this video some justice. And within the few months that has happened, I have been constantly triggered. So I learned that healing don't happen overnight, and I'm like a popcorn type of girl, like, oh, I'm just gonna, like, that ain't how healing work, okay? So that's why I have not been present on YouTube, because of this situation. I just want to share my experience, and whoever can relate, you guys can relate. Please save the comments. Oh, you know, please don't enable. Okay, we were no longer enabling this behavior. I'm done. I am exhausted, okay? Exhausted, okay? Okay, as y'all know, I moved to Florida. I have been seeing some of y'all comments and acknowledging some of y'all comments and responding back to some of your comments, because you guys have been asking me, oh my God, like, how's your Florida experience? Because we loved it, right? We loved Florida. We couldn't wait to get back to Florida. And I would tell you guys, Florida has been great. Like, I am tan, but the situation, absolutely no. So this is what happened. I moved back to Florida January 1st of this year, 2022, and everything just did not go accordingly to, I don't even know, to nobody's plan. In the past, I have mentioned different things, but I have never gone into details. Honestly, this situation that I've been experiencing with my mom has just been so embarrassing. And when this first happened, that's all I could say. Anytime something like this with my mom happened, I'm like, this is just so embarrassing. This is so embarrassing. But I'm at the point now where, to me, it's not embarrassing. To me, it's not fair to myself to say that this is embarrassing me, because it's not my actions. It's purely her actions and her story and all of her on her. And I just got to the point where I don't want to keep holding myself back to protect a person that is just so malicious and vindictive. The way that you're going to hear and see my mother carry on, y'all would think that I'd done something, just something. And to find out, in actuality, I did nothing. And I'm not just saying that. So this story unfolds because when I moved here, my mom just went on this whole ego type of thing. Like, in her mind, like, she loves to be in the middle and to divide me and my father's relationship. And I just got to the point where she can have it. I don't want it at a cost of what she's trying to make me pay, because it's not worth it to me. She allowed me to use her car. I had car anxiety. I had no intentions on using her car, to the point that Chris was driving her car. I'm gonna insert the little clip where I briefly talked about my car anxiety. I'm just gonna, y'all not gonna watch the whole thing. I'm just gonna brief.
Alright, so I have car anxiety. It built up over a time of living in Houston.
Okay, yeah.
Run lights, so people run lights like no tomorrow. Y'all, people run lights, constantly seeing us get this close to having an accident. I have literally seen bodies on the floor from people running away from hit and run, a second hit and run.
Yeah,
crazy.
it's all true.
So yeah, you guys, like, I've never had this issue a day in my life. To drive a lot because of just how nervous and anxious I am in a car, and a simple trip.
So with this rant that I went on Instagram, I did this whole rant because after the car accident, we came down. My mom's like, hey, you can use my car for anywhere y'all need to go. I'm like, no, I don't want to drive. I was willing to catch the bus and walk, because in Florida, things are closer than it is in Houston. I wanted a break, like mentally, just from driving, just being in the car. Even if somebody else is driving, I'm constantly like, huh, and it was already going on. I transitioned back to Florida. Now I'm living with my parents. It was just too much, and I didn't want the extra car thing to, like, I wanted to heal from that. So yeah, I inserted that clip because I'm sitting here trying to figure out ways to tell this story, because it is so complex and it's so deep that it's very difficult for me to film. I have never filmed this type of video before. Prior, when I moved to Houston, I was very open and honest with you guys, and that's just me as a person in general. It's so easy for me to live in my truth, because like, I'm not trying to like look good for anybody. I'm not trying to be somebody that I'm not. That's just not me. Like, I'm just gonna be honest about everything. But my honesty was offending her and offending friends that I had from high school, which we're all gonna talk about that in a whole different episode. But certain things she didn't like what I said, or this was said, and this person that I'm no longer friends with watching. So it just kind of put me in an awkward space to where I just didn't want to do YouTube at all. Imagine that. Like, imagine not being able to do what you love, not being able to say what you want to say how you feel. And not that I'm blaming these people for anything. I had to forgive myself, because I always knew that my intentions was for you guys watching. It wasn't for my friends and my family. I have always loved doing YouTube, and I allowed people to control what I say about my life, and I let people control my life just because I didn't want to hurt their feelings. In actuality, like, your feelings not hurt, you just mad. That's really what it boils down to. You're just mad. And because you're mad and you're telling me that what I'm doing is upsetting you, so now I'm just like, no, stops today. So back to the story. My mom is, hold my car, you can hold my car. I'll pop a text on the screen. Just put gas in the car, whatever. Me and Chris have the car. He's driving the car. She'll do little things, like if we're about to go somewhere, we're getting dressed, she'll go hop in her car. There's 2 vehicles that's usually at my dad's house. I moved in with my dad. My mom and my sister lived with my dad, so technically it's his house. So here at my dad's house, he has his vehicle, my mom had a vehicle, and he have his work truck. So Monday through Friday, he drives his work truck, which he leaves the car for my mom to drive his car. He puts gas in it, and she just freely drives. Her car, she would just use basically when his gas ran out. Let's call it ace of spades, okay? So that's why she was like, oh, y'all can just use my car. It's an extra car. Because I'm like, no, I'll just take the bus. No, I'm not nasty. I'm not nasty like her dad. Like, you can hold my car. It's not a problem. Okay, so one day, me and Chris getting ready. She hops in her car, leave. We don't have the key to my dad's car. She does. So I'm like, I call him like, where you at? And I didn't even, like, I wasn't nice about it because it's just kind of like, I see what this is, and I'm not here for these type of games. Oh, I just ran to go do. Okay, whatever. Then it's another situation where we went to West Palm Beach. We went on the tolls because my dad was supposed to get her tolls, which she told us, no, it's okay, I'll get the tolls from your dad, because my dad pays for everything. And we go through the tolls, but at this time she was in one of her moods, so she wasn't talking to me, and she texts my phone, whatever tolls going through need to be paid, da da da. I don't pop the text on the screen. You see, I didn't text back. What am I, like, I'm not gonna sit up here and like argue with you. Eating ice in the refrigerator. Y'all, ice. The ice that I buy from McDonald's, go there and get the ice. Like, who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Again, I don't respond back, and that night I didn't go buy ice. Like, you're crying about an ice that costs what, like $1.49? Like, just petty stuff. So the little games, right? So one day she finally takes her car and she's telling my dad, they better drive your car, this, that, and the third. So my dad ended up giving me the keys to his car, and that's when I was like, you know what, I'm finna go find me a job. Because as y'all know, I have said it 1,000 times on Instagram, said it 1,000 times, my intentions was not to come here and like play house and be here just to be here. No, my plan, I had a plan to be out by June, before June if possible. I was like, you know what, let me just get a job. Chris had just started working, secured me a job literally within that week, but it took about 2 weeks for my fingerprints. Like, it was crazy, y'all, backed up. So within this time, now she has her car that she wanted, which we left on a half tank of gas, which she ain't ever give me. You could at least gave me my money for putting gas in your car. Like, for real though, you drove out my money. But anyway, so we now in my dad's car. Shorty now got a problem with that. Now Shorty needs to use the car to go somewhere. Mind you, her car is here sitting. The car that she wanted back so bad that she took her key. Now my dad's like, hey, your mom needs the car. I gave the key to her hand because it's like, bro, like, whatever. Give her the key. Her taking her car, I guess the last straw was she asked me to do her hair. And she don't ask, like, if it's Monday, it's like, hey, Bri, can you do my hair on Saturday? Because I want to go here, or I just want my hair done. If it's Monday and she see me, hey, can you do my hair? Like, no heads up, like, now. Like right now. No, I can't do that. If y'all follow me on Instagram, y'all know. When me and Chris first got here, we was everywhere, okay? We was going out. We was going to eat. We was going to the beach. We was buying stuff to paint. Like, we living our best life, okay? After being in Houston, we living our best life. Like, we were doing things. We would wake up in the morning to go work out. Like, we had plans. Like, can you at least give me the heads? I tell her no. Why did I do that? I told her no. She proceeds to text my phone. I can't get you to do nothing for me. All my friends' daughters do things for their mom, but not you. I don't fit in your schedule, me or your sister. I got the text. It pissed me off. It was one of those, I'm trying to type back like, well, do other mothers do this to their daughters? Or there is a reason why. And I just said, I can talk to her about it, you know, because usually in text things come off the wrong way. She like, I'm about to go to sleep. So why did you text my phone? Why did you text my phone? Why? It's always, I can tell her yes 100 times. That one time I'm like, hey, no, I'm the worst daughter in the world. We gonna get into all the audio. That rubbed me the wrong way. Had a conversation with my dad about it because I was basically telling him, please stop asking me to just, because he enables it. He enables the behavior, but he have always done that even with his ex-wife. With my mom, it's, oh, that's your mom, or you finally here, you know, just kind of. But I brought this to his attention to tell him, like, don't ask me to, you know, don't ask me to be cordial. Like, I'm just done. I don't want nothing to do with her. At this point, I was ready to get out. Y'all, me and Chris had already found an apartment. We had went looking. I'll probably pop some of it up here, and y'all know, if you follow me on Instagram, I even put I thought I was gonna be living here for 6 months, but don't think I'm gonna make it, because living with my mama, no. This is why, because all of this was going on. Anyways, all right, so the day of. Okay, I'm gonna pop it up on the screen. I don't remember by heart, but the day of, she was supposed to have control of her car. I had the keys to my dad's car. I took Chris to work earlier that day. I laid my clothes out on the bed because I usually take pictures of my day and send it to Chris. I laid out my clothes that I was gonna wear to go and, you know, live my life instead of being here in the house with her. I took pictures of that. I went to go work out. I go out the door. I'm out here running. If you follow me on Instagram, that's what I do. I'm running. So I see her getting in my dad's car and driving off, and I said, you know what, I'm not even finna get upset about it. I'm just going to finish my workout and then call him and ask him where his girlfriend at, because I have to go somewhere. I come back to the house. I call him. I'm like, do you know where she is? He's like, what? No. I'm like, did she tell you she had to be somewhere? Mind you, prior to this, she asked to use his car again. I was filling up my dad's car. He is very anal about his gas tank being on full, and because it's his car, I respect that. Shorty ran the tank out because he ended up saying, hey, your mom has to go somewhere because she can't drive her car. And I took a picture of the gas tank because I'm like, you're not finna waste my coins. I already left for half a tank in your car, your truck. You drove that out, then give me my money back. Now I'm filling up my dad's car because you don't want me to drive your car. You told me to drive his car. Now I'm filling his car, but you think you finna just waste the gas? No, I want my money. So my dad was like, I show him when I got in, and that's how petty like it had become. Take a picture of the gas tank. This is where it was at. When she hop in, when I get in the next morning, it's here. I need my money from somebody, okay? When she hopped in the car this day, I'm like, do you know where he didn't know. I'm like, did she at least tell you ahead of time? Because if she don't want me driving her truck and I have your car and I'm making plans, like if I have interviews, like how's this gonna work? So he's like, let me call her. They have a conversation. Of course, she wasn't too happy about the conversation because she's one of those pick me, pick my side type of people. And he called me back, and I'm like, I don't care what she said, just is she coming back? And he said yeah. When she came here, I popped in the shower. By the time I got out of the shower, she had took her truck and left and went somewhere else. So I go about my day. While I'm doing me, this was her that day at 2:59, which means that this whole situation was premeditated, which we're gonna get into.
I leave your room to take. I don't give a god. You could say kiss my kiss my
So that was her saying that basically I was going to get out of Aaliyah's room. She don't care, this, that, and the third. Now while I'm at the library, like, you know, this is what she had going on. So I get home at about 6:36. And I go into the room and I'll pop a picture. I see that all of my stuff that me and Chris brought, that y'all seen in the vlog from Target, she touched all of my stuff and stacked it up in a chair. My sister was laying in the bed. And I spoke to my sister because she has nothing to do with it. I was like, what's up, Leah? She like, hey, she laying in the bed because she already, I'm sure she was feeling weird as hell because it's like, you know, like, so I go out to the living room to my dad. My mother's in the kitchen and I'm asking him, but he was on the phone. I'm like, what's going on in the room? She in the kitchen. Oh, she's sleeping in there. I didn't acknowledge her because it's not her room. It's not her house, and I wasn't talking to her. And I just wasn't up for it. Like, I don't want to talk to you. You know, I'm not talking to you. Like, why are you speaking? But my dad didn't hear that. He on the phone like, what? He's like, we'll talk about it later. I'm pissed. So I leave the house and walk to Chris' job. I am pissed because I'm like, if this goes the way I think this finna go, like, I was gonna be hot, like really, really hot. So I'm going up there because I'm trying to cool down, because I'm just like, how the fuck did I give up? Change the whole trajectory of my life for this. For this. like, I'm chilling at Chris' job. I'm off work. I'm hot. This Chris, hold on. Hello? Not the butt dial. Wow. All right, so I go to Chris' job and I come back home. We came back home around, so yeah, as y'all can see, I came home at 6:36. So from 6:36 to 6:37, I had seen my stuff, had a conversation with my dad, and I just left because I was pissed. Came back home around, what time? 9:32. So from 9:32, this is where everything starts. Right, okay, so time step 9:32. I told Chris I'm gonna go back in, I'm gonna see if my stuff is still in there. If my stuff is still in there, I'm gonna go have a conversation with my dad. So I walk back here, my stuff is still in a chair, and I go in the living room. My mom, it's like, this is me coming into the living room. It's my mom, my dad, and I sat right here next to him. So I'm like, the same question I asked him 3 hours ago. I'm like, hey, what's going on with the room? He like, huh? Like, what do you mean what's going on in the room? I'm like, well, all of my stuff is in a chair and Aaliyah's room is on the bed. So I'm just kind of like, confused, what's going on? So he's like, no, take Aaliyah's stuff and go put it back in a room. You and Chris are staying in the room. Like, what's so hard on, like, you know, whatever. So I'm like, okay. So I get up and I'm walking past both of them, and Chris is walking behind me. My mother jumps up and she's screaming, Chris, let me tell you one mother effing thing. So that's when I jumped in front of Chris, because one, what you're not gonna do, you're not finna talk to him. You're not finna run up on him. You're not finna put your hands on him. I'm not finna let that happen. That's not happening. That's not happening. Especially how much Chris have done for her. How much Chris have done for her. How kind Chris have been. Like, you, because you beefing with me. But my dad was telling me, go in the room. Y'all need to go in the room. Chris is like, babe, just go in the room. And I seen that he was like, and I'm like, all right, he cool, whatever. We come in a room. This is when everything starts. Something told me, something told me to record it, because one, I didn't want to react to it. Ever since, I would say, I was in college, like ever since college, my mom just be trying to fight. Like, just be trying to fight. Like, and by that time I felt like, I'm not finna fight you. Like, I have too much to lose. I have too much that I'm working for, too much that I'm working on to let you, like, take me back there. Why you, I'm not, like, I don't want to give, not gonna give you that satisfaction. Like, not. So, I'm not reacting to it. I'm in the room. Me and Chris is literally in here. This is where the door is messed up at. We're literally standing here, and something told me to record. Let me make a disclaimer. I did have to edit the recordings because some people's names was being called in the video, and I didn't. But I left one name in here, and we gonna play that name because we gonna talk about that in another episode, because I'm tired of people playing with my character. Like, I'm tired of people lying on me. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. My lick back gonna hurt every time. Like, don't do that. So this is what went down when I closed the door right after.
Does that make any sense? You are not talking to each other. People speak when they're talking to each other. So she could come in here saying hi, you're gonna say hi back to her. Is that what you're telling me?
You really know what I mean, right? You know you fucking trying me. You know you fucking trying me, okay?
Trying about what? Trying about what? Trying about what? What are you talking about? Everybody's trying anybody. You trying.
You think so?
Yes,
You
I
think
know
so?
I
You
know
think
so.
so?
I know so.
Fucking what?
What do you mean so what?
The fucking what?
What do you mean for what?
She your fucking daughter till she wants something. Then when she get on that shit, you get on
Daughter. Why
This has been my life for almost 30 years. I will be 30 in September. So the stories that she sit and tell our pastor, the stories that she sit and tell her friends, the stories that she sit and tell my cousins, the stories that she sit and tell my friends from high school, they don't see this part. This is what was being said and done while I was standing here in the room. So the name calling, all this, that's nothing new. But what gets me is the passion, the passion, the anger. You're that angry? Like, why are you so mad? Why are you so mad? And that's just one recording. We have a lot more to go. It gets worse. Why are you so mad? I didn't say anything to you. I didn't do anything to your car. I didn't bump into you in the hallway. You touched my stuff. My stuff that I brought with my own. You touched my things. I didn't touch your things. I didn't touch your things. I didn't say anything to you. I had a conversation with my dad. He told me to go back in the room. After you tried to charge at Chris, this what was next. This came literally right after. As soon as we came in the room, this is what's going on. After that, after she said, you know, after she called me a hoe. Me? A hoe? No, baby. No, that's not me. That's never been my thing. Me? After that, this is what happened next. So in this video, I kept playing with the cursor because I wanted y'all to see the time. So as you seen, we came home at 9:36. So from 9:36 to 9:41, all of this happened. Me coming in the room, me still seeing my things here, me going out there having a conversation with my dad, me going in the room, recording the audio that y'all heard, which immediately leads to this. And again, it shows you there was no back and forth between me and her, really, besides her trying to charge at Chris. That was the only thing that would, because if he's my person that I've been with, that have done all he can for me and vice versa, and treated you with such great respect, and he's in a home that I brought him to, bro, I ain't never seen no ice cream man come on this, and he's smoking a cigarette. But Chris being in my presence around my people, I'm not gonna let nothing happen to him, and that's vice versa. If somebody I love in the presence of me, like, I'm not gonna let nothing happen. A friend, I don't care who, it's not just because it was my boyfriend. You in my presence around my people, I'm not gonna let nothing happen to you. I'm not about to let nobody mistreat you, especially when you don't mistreat other people and you don't mistreat me. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. So that was the only reaction that she got out of me within all this. All this other stuff was just her doing her, like she normally been doing for the past 30 years and even before I was born. As y'all see, she kicked in the door at 9:41. In this audio, you hear Chris mainly screaming. You hear her screaming. I don't know if I was screaming at that point, but Chris was just like, "What's wrong with you, Ma?" He was freaking out. Freaking out. He was scared. He has never seen something escalate so fast, so quickly. His parents wasn't toxic. His mother wasn't kicking in no doors. He is like, what are you doing? And he kept saying, like, look at you, like, what are you doing? Then you hear my dad asking her, has she lost her mind? At 9:42, I was on the phone with police. I was on the phone with the police because at this point, you're taking advantage. And then you're mad because I called the police. What you walking around talking about, you brought me into this world, you can take me out, and how you drugged me in your apartment, and how my uncle gonna slap the hell. bro, like, what do you want from me? What do you want? Like, first of all, why are you acting like this? What is the problem? Like, what? Y'all don't know. Y'all don't. Oh my gosh. Like, I called the police and I let her know that I'm on the police. Then she went from trying to attack Chris to now I'm on the phone with the police. She's asking Chris, what have I ever done to you? You talk about him the same way you talk about me. The same way. It's no different. You be kiki ha in my face, but talking about me. I was trying to, no, say it with your chest. Everything that you said before, don't try to renege. No, say what you've been saying. It's given defamation of character at this point. Anyways, we're gonna move on. So she was served with paperwork, and this is how that went down.
You are too. You are too. I don't know why you are too. You think I'm why are you here? You think I'm a question. Why the fuck are you here? I know you want the side thing. Shit. Talk about it. Next time you say she did us 300 degrees with the smile on your face. Yeah. Exactly. Don't tell her how you talk about it. Tell her she in the same spot she was in when she went to Texas. Tell her that. Yeah, cause y'all ain't shit. You and the bitch. Oh, baby killing bitch.
Okay, so to talk about some of the stuff she was talking about. One, the person that I was jealous of, that's a joke. That doesn't offend me whatsoever, which we'll talk about that in that person in another video. Two, her keep mentioning she's in the same spot since she left before she, whatever, Texas, right? One, she practically begged me to come here. Begged. And matter of fact, if I have text messages of like before me texting my brother, because is y'all, well, not all of y'all, but it's a lot of new people on this channel. But on my old channel when I was vlogging, it came to a point when I realized, I think like after a year, that I knew I was no longer going to be living in Texas. I was just like, it's not for me. It was great while it lasted, but for me to live there for 10, 12, 20 years, no, it wasn't my thing. I had actually wanted to move to Atlanta, Georgia. I had a homework board, and I would probably pop some pictures. I had a homework board, and at the very top, I would always kind of hide it when I was vlogging. Spelman College was up there. So after I left Houston, I was going to Atlanta to go to Spelman. I have always wanted to live in Atlanta since I was in high school. Okay, that was always my dream. Before even me going to college at Bethune-Cookman University, I wanted to go to Clark, Atlanta at the time. But when I was living in Houston, I called Spelman. I asked them what was the requirements, what was this, what was that. That's why I was working so hard to make sure that my grades was on par. It was already on the vision board because that was the plan. Later on, I started to think about the future, which I always do, and I was like, okay, if I have kids, I wouldn't want, you know, them to be so far away from my parents to just travel. I started thinking more of that, like more family, and it kind of derailed that process. And I wasn't telling them because I wanted to surprise them that we was gonna move back to Florida. So it eventually came apart when I was like, yeah, I want to move to Florida. And my dad was like, no, you should come. Like, we can all spend family time. Like, we can start going on trips. We can start, you know, doing the things that we've never got a chance to do. Blase, blase. My brother has 2 kids now. I was away from them for years. And so, yeah, they were just building a vision around that. So my mom was like, come here, which is hence why she was practically giving up Aaliyah's room in my vlog, which I'm going to insert right here.
So from that closet, or we could try to make a little side thing from out of the garage, because it's not really a space over there. Like, I'm just saying, we have to put her clothes right there, we just have to make it work.
Yeah.
I can move some of the barrels out. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Well, just put a big cane.
So yeah, in that she was just basically saying like, oh, we can do away with a lid, like whatever. She just wanted me home. She would call me 3-4 times a day. 3-4 times a day calling me. When are y'all coming? When are y'all coming? Are y'all coming? Oh my God, y'all need to come. Doing all of this. I didn't pick up my phone and say, hey, Father, can I move back home because it's a lot. We're struggling. No, that wasn't. So one, stop telling people you pay for us to come down here, because that's a lie. You didn't pay for us to travel. If y'all watch the vlogs now that I posted, we pay for that, baby. You didn't pay for that. So stop lying to these folks talking about you be taking care of me when you don't. Stop doing that. All right. So yeah, the reason why we came was because, okay, I finished school. I had to scrap the whole Spelman thing because I'm like, oh, let me be home with family. Never again, okay? But I'm like, let me be home with family, you know, blase. Chris, on the other hand, he had his feeling about it. I had my feeling about it too.
Second, yes, because I never, like, honestly, I finally have a place to myself. Turn off my TV if I don't want to turn it off. Like, I'm afraid. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you.
I only had my feeling about it because I didn't want to be here, which we also discussed in the previous vlogs of my whole transitioning. We wasn't happy about being in this situation because, granted, I knew how my mother could be, which she usually carries that behavior and feeds it to my dad, and then he being, you know, I already knew that. So that's why my whole intentions the whole entire time was this. I just moved back in with my parents. I'll be living with them until I basically find me somewhere to stay, and I'm trying to do that within 5 months. I gave myself 4 to 8 months, but I really want to do it in 5 months. I had no plans on just being here to be here. Me and Chris like our space. Y'all know, like, we really be like, we don't be on this toxic stuff. We don't do this. We don't do that. We don't do that. We don't do that. So what happened was, I finished school in December, but my lease was up in October, which means we could have renewed the lease. Mind you, they even told us if y'all renewed, they was gonna remodel the inside of the apartment, and we had actually seen the remodel version, and it was really, really nice. They was gonna remodel it if we signed for like 6 months or a year. My thing though, because I was rushing it, it was me. I was rushing, okay? But if we would have signed, we would have stayed longer. The only reason why we moved here is because we were gonna move here regardless. But had I stuck to the plan and moved to Atlanta, we would have never been here. We would have stayed in Houston a little bit longer and then just moved to Atlanta. But when the car accident happened, I started freaking out. I'm trying to finish school. There was a lot going on. I called my parents and they were like, see, this is why you're gonna be up there, because when things like this happen, like, we can't help you, we can't get to you. So now I'm like, yeah, damn, like, they're right. So they're like, just come here until y'all get y'all place. So but before this, they was already telling me like, come, just live with us. I'm like, nah, we ain't doing that. But when the accident happened, I kind of caved in, which that was my decision. That was me and Chris' decision. I don't blame anybody for that. But don't be acting like I'm here because I wasn't able to take care of myself. That's what we're not gonna do. We ain't doing that. That wasn't it. So stop telling people that, because that's not true. It's not true. It's literally because of my lease. Oh, okay, I forgot a piece, probably the most important piece. Her calling me a baby killing bitch. Don't offend me either as well, just to let you know that, because I didn't even respond to you then. I'm not about to react to you. I'm not miserable. Like, I don't have to prove anything to you. Like, I don't care. Like I tell her all the time, my favorite word, I don't care. I don't care. I'm over it. Me and Chris, I got pregnant, and which I talked about before in this video. I'll probably pop a thumbnail up, which she don't know about because she didn't used to watch my YouTube channel. But I actually talked about this before. The only reason why I deleted the video, I didn't delete it, it's on private. Once I moved to Texas, a new audience was coming in, so it was gonna be a topic that I talked about later. Like, a lot of you that follow me from Texas, it's also from my first channel, you don't know about me. Yes, me and Chris I got pregnant from Chris in 2015. I was about 23, I believe. Yeah, so when I used to say like, oh, me and Chris been through a lot, our relationship used to be rocky, this, that, and the third, That was one of the things. The cat's out of the bag. It was nothing that I am embarrassed about, but it's something that we will talk about in another episode. And FYI, the reason why I decided to terminate the pregnancy is because of my mother. So it's because of you. It's because of you. I could never allow the way I grew up. That's not good enough for me. That's not good enough for me to allow my child to go through that. And also, even if I did have a child, the way she carries on, that would be done in front of my child, or the things that you say and do, she would have got a reaction out of me, because so FYI, that don't make me feel less than. That don't make me feel some type of way. You're just hurt and you're just jealous because you don't have a grandchild. But maybe if you fix your attitude, maybe you can get one. So yeah, let's go back.
So, yes, I did name her fucking door, and I could kick in every door anything. Did you call the police, or did that bitch call the police? Yeah, but her ass don't live here, so that's why the restraining order didn't work. The bitch is gonna even pick up the shit out the door and you let her walk over, you dummy. Who gives a fuck that she's been here? The bitch gonna play her till she's 60. So look, fuck you and her until all y'all know you kiss my ass. Hell no. I haven't had a chance with y'all again.
Now, why would I entertain her? Why? So to all the people that be listening and carrying on, this is what I have to deal with. This is what I deal with. And this is what I refuse to tie into. But she says I'm disrespectful. What are you? What are you? What are you? Mind you, this recording, I was getting ready for work early in the morning because the police kept serving her early. I'm like, can y'all do this when I ain't here? I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear it. Why do I gotta hear this before I'm literally got the phone propped up and I'm putting on my pants, about to go to a Christian school after dealing with emotional, verbal, mental abuse? And it's not okay. It's not okay. The way you act is not okay. And I need you to stop thinking that it's okay. I need you to stop thinking that I'm supposed to deal with it. I need you to stop thinking that because I'm your daughter, it is my duty to like be at your every beck and command. No, you're grown. You're double grown. I'm grown. What do you want? What, like, honestly, what do you want from me? Like in the very first audio, her problem was I wasn't speaking to her. I showed y'all a text where I tried to speak to her. You didn't want me to speak to you. Now you mad because we're not speaking. And like my daddy said, if I came in the house and said, hi mom, were you gonna speak back? No. Per people like this? No. So like, and because I'm not finna like, I'm just gonna like do nothing. That's the best possible way. So that was day one of her being served, and I think this is the second day.
Nothing to do with her in life. In life, after this, there's nothing she can say. I don't give a fuck if she has 7 children. I don't have a fucking grandchild. I don't want to even look at her hands. Okay? I'm the one that have the person to stay down here. They only smile when you can say, need you that. And I know that. Okay? But you sitting here, man, that's my blood. That blood don't mean shit. She's nothing. Okay? But that's the damn love you share down the street. You don't bring
Cute. Cute.
See, I know how it goes. If she wanna play with me, now I'm gonna make my cousin say she don't say it because she don't, because her ass passed fucking through. She's a cat. The stuff by the door is still by the door. Why they don't pick it up? Because they don't care.
Because I didn't kick the door, ma'am. That's why I didn't pick it up. Why you telling people, oh, the stuff still, you kicked it? Picture of your shoe there. I don't wear them type of flip-flops. You kicked it. So again, why would I pick it up? Does that make sense? Elevator don't be going to the top floor.
And you allow it. She's so fucking disrespectful, but you keep lying. I'm gonna go talk to my cousin right now. I'm sick of this. My cousin, you know, I done took him one.
I'm disrespectful. What did I do to you? What did I do? Out of the 3 times you asked me to do your hair, I did it twice. The one time I tell you, no, it's a problem. Then my dad, again, wanted to enable it. Oh, just do her hair. And I said, it's not about doing her hair that's the problem. It's a problem when it's like, okay, how long do I have to do her hair before I can tell her no? There is no telling her no. There's no telling her no. It doesn't work. So I told him, okay, I do her hair now, and then what? Then what's the next thing? It's always going to be something. She is never happy. She is never satisfied. And all she has done my entire life is make me miserable. And it probably seems as if I am emotionless about the situation. And it could possibly be because something last week dealing with her triggered me all over again and it made me angry. But emotionless, it's just after crying about it so much, y'all. This happened in March. Also with me editing these audios and just hearing how she feels about me, it's like, why should I like care? And I don't hate her. I just refuse to deal with it. I just refuse to deal with it. Like, I can't keep allowing somebody else to make me feel miserable. Now, if I'm just sad and depressed because I'm sad and depressed, that's different. But because I have to make you happy 24/7, that's not my job. That's not my job. And for years, she's made me feel guilty of feeling like I have to do everything. Like, why? I can't. And I'm getting cold. Hold on. I'm finna play this audio, but I'm cold.
One blood pressure pill since they've been here. My fucking struck out there, what? She don't give a fuck, and I'm seeing you only because you standing right with us. Hey, Brianna sat here and I said I threatened her. Drop my truck off to know that it's what happened 3 leaks. One blood pressure pill since they've been here.
All right. So, I'm raising her blood pressure. Again, everything is me. I'm the problem. I'm raising her blood pressure. No, not me. With you doing all of this, you're raising your own blood pressure. Why are you like, why? Why? What is this for? Why? 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 Like, and you did threaten me.
Like she battled Victoria. But like I said, I brought you here, bitch, I'll take you out. Believe that.
I brought you here, I can take you out. Believe that. And I was in the house, in the room. You don't be caring. You don't be caring. You know what you be doing. But you'll be telling the, like, come on now. Tell the whole truth.
My fucking stroke out there, what? She don't give a fuck, and I'm seeing you only because you standing right with us.
Again, you doing all of this and being a narcissist. If you stroke out, I don't care. Whoever said that? Whoever said I wouldn't?
Did you call the police? That's what I'm asking you.
You're raising your blood pressure.
She did, and you allowed her. You allowed her. I didn't hit her. I didn't hit her. If I wanted to hit her, I would have cut her off at the kitchen. But she's irrelevant because God cut in her days. You understand me? So when she get buried, when she get buried, make sure you bury her. I will not come to her funeral. I'm done with Brianna.
there we have it. So please, sorry y'all, the lighting keep changing, but there we have it. You don't like me, you don't care if I die tomorrow, you don't want nothing to do with me, so don't want nothing to do with this video. That's how I see it. Don't be mad at me moving on and living my life. Don't be mad at it, because you don't care. You said it. You said you mean it from the bottom of your heart, right? Say it with your chest. Say it with your chest. So stop telling people it's me, that I'm me. Oh, I know we ain't finished this letter right here, y'all. This letter right here is her handwriting. It was found in a room. Should I read it now? Yeah, y'all want to know now. All right, so she tried it twice. This is what I guess she plans to say in the courtroom. She said, "I'm no monster. I'm a mother who did the best to raise her children." First of all, why are you starting with "I'm no monster"? Who says that? They'll let you know you a monster, because who says that? Why would you say that? To raise her children, sometimes with or without their dad, sacrifice, struggle. So I'm not perfect. From adolescence to now, my daughter, me, has become very bitter, dark, rude. Do y'all be getting the vibes from me? Am I bitter, dark, and rude? Then what are you? Losing my mom 2020 on Mother's Day, my life changed. And she stopped there, because honestly, this whole time you have been complaining about me, but have yet said what I did to you. Have yet said it. You have name called me, you have ridiculed me, you have belittled me, you have threw things that I've done in my life in my face. But you have never said, I am pissed because Bri'ANA slapped me or Bri'ANA cursed me up. Nothing. You didn't say nothing, because I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing because I be having better things to do. This is the second one. "Hi Judge, I'm no monster. I'm a mother who did the best I could to raise and teach my children to be respectful. From middle to high school, what I do? You can't even say it. You can't even say it. What did I do? We're waiting. What did I do to you? What did I do? You can't even get it out, but you say I'm no monster. That's what you really think of yourself. That's why you wrote it on the paper, because nobody said that. I didn't even say that. Then you said you taught me to be respectful. How can you teach me to be respectful when you aren't a respectful person? One, you don't respect yourself. You don't respect me. You don't respect my boyfriend. You don't respect my dad. You don't respect my sister, who you claim I don't love. That's a whole nother episode. So how can somebody that's taught me to, like, how? You're not even how can you teach me how to respect somebody? All I have ever done was respect you the best way I can. Was I a perfect daughter? Absolutely not. But half the stuff that you did as a kid and growing up, I have never done. Half the stuff my friends had going on in middle school and high school, I wasn't doing none of that stuff. I wasn't doing none of that stuff. Let's continue, because I gotta wrap this up. I need to go get me a refresher.
I care her motherfucking ass when you didn't. So I just know me and you didn't have no problem until this motherfucker got here.
y'all didn't have no problems till I got here. Everybody that I know you talk to, no, that's a lie. Why you lying? I can pull up text messages, but I'm not gonna do that because that's involving my daddy business too, and I'm being respectful because technically at this moment I'm still in his house. But now I'm the problem for your relationship? Damn.
You this person, this day, you that person. And if you don't cater to Brianna, because when she moved to Texas, she wasn't talking to me, then she wasn't talking to you.
When I moved to Texas, I dibble dabble here and there with this. I'm really trying to wrap this up because I don't know how long this has been. I don't need this battery to die because I ain't. All right, so when I moved to Texas, to talk about this, one, it's kind of it's such a long story. We'll get into that next time. But yeah, I wasn't talking to my mom. Mind you, when I packed up my car and I was about to drive to Chris' house so we can drive that night to leave to go to Texas, I was telling my dad bye. I was telling my mom bye. She was watching TV. I'm here on this side like, bye, I'm leaving. She looked straight into the television. She didn't tell me bye. She didn't tell me have a safe trip. She didn't say nothing. My dad said, you're not going to say anything to her? I don't have nothing to say to her. I'm literally standing right here. Like, okay, well, bye. I'll talk to you. You call me 3 hours later. Oh, I just couldn't talk because like you're gonna be far away. Bullcrap. Then when I get to Texas, you mad because I was living with Sharice because you didn't like Sharice. You have a problem with Sharice. You have a problem with everybody. And that wasn't my problem. That wasn't my problem. Like, that wasn't my problem. Y'all know I was on a mission to get there and get on my own, and I thank Sharice for that opportunity to do that, to get away from this person that I should have stayed away from. And Sharice told me from jump, Bri'ANA, if you go back home, you already know. You already know. You would think I would have learned my lesson, but it's okay because I got it now. Trust me, y'all. I got it now. But even when I got there, you wasn't talking to me. You was talking about me. You continuously talk to these people that are no longer my friends, and y'all talk about me. We gonna talk about that in another episode, y'all.
And the stuff by the door is still by the door. For what? Who's gonna pick it up? Who's gonna pick it up? They not picking it up, and I'm not picking it up. Who's gonna is just gonna stay there? Cause she nasty for that house shit. That's all Chris do.
Okay, so there we go. I'm nasty because I didn't pick her stuff up by the door that she kicked out of anger, that all the neighbors heard. I'm nasty for that. So what that make you? For kicking in the door, for saying that your daughter's dead to you, for saying that you don't care if I die and don't care who cremate me. All right, let's see what she got to say about Chris.
Shit, that's all Chris do. Cater to her ass. He don't get hard because he talk about you. You understand what I mean? He talk about you. But you can laugh with me. God, like I told you, it didn't fucking affect me until the bitch. I didn't let her hold my truck.
So she said that it didn't affect her till I didn't let.
God, like I told you, it didn't fucking affect me until the bitch. I didn't let her hold my truck.
So it didn't affect her until she didn't let me hold her truck. Does that make sense? Like, I could see if she was doing all this for a reason. It's not a reason. It's not a reason. All right.
Me and Aaliyah, we reside here. That was Aaliyah's room for 4 years. 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade. Her fucking address is in Texas.
The same room that you was pushing Aaliyah out of so that I can come here. The same room that I said on my vlog that I kept Aaliyah's closet. We brought extra stuff just so I didn't have to touch Aaliyah's clothes or invade her space no more than I already has. A room that was just a temporary thing because we would have had our own apartment, babe. She still has her walk-in closet and I don't want to invade her space any more than we already have. So like none of our clothes is going in her closet and we have a lot of clothes. Instead of getting Tupperwares and bins to where we would have to unstack them, find clothes, stack them back. Like I really don't like that. That's why I really don't like living with people because of the whole like storing your clothes situation. So I just thought it would be best for us and more functional. So I'm gonna order these from Amazon. What is your point? It's not like I talked to my dad, came home and kicked Aaliyah out of the room. No, y'all was team, oh, come home. Don't move to Atlanta. Come home. And you're doing all of this. This is the thanks. This is the thanks that I get. Never again. Never.
She's a I'm going straight to my cousin. When I went to Texas, they have a fucking diamond. And she just fucking entrepreneur. She ain't shit. And ain't gonna be shit. And God ain't gonna bless her because she don't respect me. And I'm telling you, ain't nothing she do gonna prosper. Nasty ass. Just like I told my mom.
That is when I knew what all of this was about. I'm this entrepreneur and nothing that I'm gonna do is prosper. You're mad. You're mad. Because now what does the way that I get money have to do with you? You didn't pay not one bill that I had. So my battery's about to die. You did all of this when you came to visit me in Texas. Me and Chris didn't have nothing. You did this. If y'all know, if I can find old clips, I'll put it. When me and Chris are about to go grocery shopping, I completely empty the refrigerator. Empty, not nothing in there. If it's some butter left, the butter can stay. I have done this 1,000 times. It's only me and Chris that lives in the house. We don't have any kids. There's no visitors. We don't have family that was up there. No nothing. So before she came, we emptied the refrigerator. You said that when we came, you bought this, you bought that. No, wrong. Stop lying. You brought ham that you wanted to cook. You bought the baked beans or something else. I bought macaroni. I bought collard greens. And I bought everything else that you wanted to try from us for me to cook. Everything, chicken wings, all that. Me and Chris brought that. Sodas for the house, we brought that. You brought what you wanted to bring to feed, to cook for us, to do this mother thing. When we went to Swamp Kings, which people that know Houston, when me and Chris go, that's easy over $100. We pay for you. Now we paying for me, Chris, and for us three to eat. When we went to Saltgrass, when I caught the allergic reaction in Houston for the last time, we had steak, shrimp, all of us had that. We paid for that. When we went to a breakfast place called Excellence, we paid for that. Easy over $100. When we went to In-N-Out, we paid for that. The gas that we use, we paid for that. So why are you telling people that you did all of this for us? You spent your money, and again, it wasn't your money. Like you said, it was food stamps, government assistance, all that other stuff. We don't get that, babe. We don't get that. That was straight money that we had, and at the time I was working. I had went back to work. That was our money. Blood, sweat, and tears that we went and worked for. That was your government assistance for you and Aaliyah. You chose to spend that because you wanted to do the mother thing, but now you want to talk and brag about it like you did so much for me. Like you did so much for me. Like, stop lying. Stop lying. When we went out to eat, we paid for that. We had to circle the airport 3 times because you saying you ain't buy nothing. You did buy some, because in my vlog, I even had to keep your MK purse that my daddy brought and some boots that you brought and that stuff that was inside your bag because it couldn't fit on your thing because you didn't have the money to pay to put the suitcase on the thing. We circled it 3 times so your stuff can fit and it can be in price range for you to go back to Florida, but you ain't go shopping. If you ain't go shopping, why was the same stuff allowed to fit in your suitcase? Stop lying. Don't lie on me. Don't do that. And you know that. Like, quit lying. You didn't do that. If you did that, I would have said you did it. The only reason why our refrigerator was empty because I knew we were going to go grocery shopping. And I cleaned out my refrigerator from top to bottom every single time. And a lot of times, y'all know who watch my Instagram, me and Chris go out to eat more than we cook. That's what we do. We go out to eat. And it's an excuse. Oh, food's not there, so we can get to go out to eat. I talk about everybody? That's cute. That's cute. We know that's the lie. No, that's you. And I can show plenty of texts where you go to Facebook. I don't have a Facebook for this exact reason because I don't care what my friends and family that I don't associate with, I don't care what they're doing. As long as they're living their life and that's happy, that's all I care about. Other than that, I don't care about what they're doing. I'm not on Facebook. These people, I don't follow them on Instagram. You take a picture of everybody, send it to my phone, and add your 2 cents in a comment. Every single time. I have never sent you a picture of somebody I do not talk to. Never. Ever. Here are all the text messages with you sending me stuff continuously. Got you on video talking about that's what you do. All these videos of you coming in and out of the house is you on the phone talking about me to people. That's you. That's not me. That's not how I spend my time, baby girl. It's not the type of person that I am. It's not me. It's just never been my thing. Everything that you say out your mouth is a projection of who you are. not me. So, and to all my friends from high school, she be telling y'all be gassed up. She be lying to y'all. I really want y'all to know that. She really be lying to y'all, and I have proof, but we gonna get into that in another video.
Then, when she wasn't talking to you, every day in Texas, we talk 3 to 4 times a day. You get here, you act like you don't know me.
Oh, okay. So, like she said in Texas, we talked 3 to 4 times a day. I wasn't talking to my daddy. Wrong. I wasn't talking to my daddy because you burnt up my phone. And every time he called, you would get mad if I was to click over because you wanted all my time. We talked 3 to 4 times because you blew up my phone. That's why we talk. And me, I was just trying to be cordial. Like, I didn't have a problem with you. I was just trying to be cordial, but I also knew how you could be. And when I got home and I started seeing your old ways, I knew you didn't change. No, I wanted nothing to do with you. Every time we got into a car, you're telling me, and like you claim you have this recording of me saying like, I don't care, I don't have to listen to nobody. That's because every time you say something that's negative, you say, oh, your daddy said this about you. What I'm supposed to say? I don't care. That's y'all conversation. What you telling me that for? It's like you say stuff for me to get upset. You tell me stuff about people for me to feel some type of way because you know I don't feel some type of way. I don't care. Like, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to be on the negative. I don't. That's not me. That's not what I do. That's not who I am at all. And it just bugs your spirit so much. Do better. Do better. You would never tell nobody. Baby, you told the world. Even though you told the world, it was a lie. But you told everybody. And that's why I didn't ask you for help. Because one, you don't have it. Like you said, food stamps, that's been my whole life. You don't have it. What would I look like asking you for anything? For anything. Me and Chris ate every single day. Every single day. Like, so what are you bragging about? Hey, Bri, can I get $200? Sure, here you go, Mom. Hey, Bri, can I get $30? Hey, Bri, Aaliyah need this. Here you go. Chris even gave you money. Quit playing with us. Don't do that. Don't do that. Y'all talk about me regardless. If you cared so much and your daughter had COVID, you would have took the flight back. Nobody stopped you from taking care of Aaliyah. That was all your choice. You knew that Aaliyah had COVID before you even got on the plane. You did not have to go. No, I lied. You did know she had COVID. You knew she had a fever. You had a feeling that she had COVID. And then when we got there, you found out that she tested. But again, you could have went back home. You wanted to come up there so bad. I told you to wait until September. I told you to wait until September because we would have been able to do more things, like go to an arcade or go do stuff. But we had money to go out to eat. When you came, we had just paid rent, paid cable. You didn't come up there and the lights was off. We paid for all that on top of buying groceries, on top of taking you out to eat, on top of that. And this is the things that we get.
Your family don't take care of you, and you living here, and you ain't gonna speak to me fucking kidding. You ain't got nowhere to go. You just hold the nose and get some balls and stand up to a bitch, and then you'll be a maid to me.
Who are you? Who are you?
Your family don't help you, and you here and acting like her.
So those are the end of the audio. You're mad, and I'm not the reason that you're mad. I'm not the reason that your life is miserable. I'm not the reason that you're miserable. So stop putting that on me. I have just been exhausted, just mentally putting up with things when I clearly did not deserve this. Like, I did not ask for this, and it has done nothing but it has held me back. I had so much plans for this year. I was excited. I was supposed to be starting school here in August. I'm not even going to be here. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be nowhere near her at all. Nobody would ever be able to convince me again in life. Like, I'm done. Like, I can't do it anymore. And like I said, I may have came across insensitive in this video, but when you listen to these audios so many times, it's just kind of like you become immune to it. And not saying that it doesn't hurt or like I'm done healing. No, I am still healing. It's just that when you hear it, it kind of just, it brings up a negative emotion. And I have not been in my happiest state because I just always feel like I can never say anything or speak up about it, because when I do, it's like a problem. And I'm done with people controlling what I say on my YouTube channel, controlling the type of content that I post, because I'm not a shallow girl. Vlogs are cool, but y'all don't get nothing out of me just showing y'all when it's like this what's been going on behind scenes. Like no, I'm a girl that I live in my truth. I am an honest person. That's all I know how to be. That's what comes easy to me. That's what's natural to me. I like being open and honest because that's the only way that I can live. Like, I don't have anything in my life that I need to hide, or I haven't done anything that was just so like, no, everything I do in life is experiences. Whoever can relate can relate. And I thought I would cry throughout this video, but every time I just hear it, it just makes me realize just how ugly of a person she is, and it just turns me off. Like, there's nothing sweet and loving about her words and her actions for me to like feel remorse. It just gets to a point where it's just tiring, it's exhausting. And a lot of times she uses my sister as like bait to say like, oh, you don't love your sister because you're doing this, and like, oh, you're trying to kick me out of somewhere. Like, I'm not trying to hurt you. All I ask for safety. This is not being safe. All I ask for is respect. Like, that's not so hard. I can't even get that. So no, I don't want you around me. I don't want somebody around me that's kicking doors, that's disrespecting my boyfriend, talking about his mother that is no longer here, and you know how much his mother means to him. And the fact that he carried your mother, he carried grandmother because you said they needed an extra person. You don't know how triggering that was for Christopher. He was here for you when your mom passed. He was there for me. And for you to throw that in his face, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. I don't care. And that was the most hurtful thing of us all, when Chris called me and told me that you telling him, boy, your mama dead. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And it's like you brag about dragging me up and down your apartment when I was in high school, but you ain't telling people that you drug your own mother. Grandma told me. I asked what was on. You drug grandma down the street. She was holding on to a car. Grandma told me. That's nasty. But I'm a bad daughter. I have never tried to run you over with no car. Like, come on, bro. Be real. Be real. Like, you need to do better. And I tell you that all the time. Like, you need to do better. It's not cool. It's not cute no more. You're doing nothing but getting older. And when nobody want nothing to do with you, I don't care who don't want anything to do with me, because I know I have never done anything to purposely harm somebody. Ever. I don't get down like that. I don't get down like that. I'm not that type of person. Never been a jealous person. Never been malicious. Never. That's not who I am. That's not who I am. And it's like, you brag about me having an abortion or terminating or killing a baby, how you phrase it, but you don't brag about how you allowed me to go to your friend guy's house and could have got raped. I got sexually assaulted by a grown man, but you don't tell nobody that. And again, I don't mind telling that story. I'm gonna tell that story in the next episode. But stop trying to throw somebody's shortcomings in their face. Like, it's not cute. And I knew once you said that nothing I do will prosper, I knew you were bothered. You have never graduated anything in your life. You wanted me to go back to school so bad. I went back to school, got my degree. All you did was sit in here and put it on the bed. You didn't tell me congratulations, but it's cool. I don't need it because I didn't do it for you. I didn't do it for you. I don't need your congratulations. And that's what freed me. You saying nothing that I would ever do would ever prosper. I'm this so-called entrepreneur. All that told me is like you seen the potential and you mad at the little preview you got. All it did was give me ammunition to move forward with my life in the way that I have been always wanting to. Just didn't have the courage to do. So thank you for that. I appreciate you for that. You finally freed me of that because you no longer control that. I'm cool with it and I'm excited. But yeah, I'm about to go get me a refresher, and that's on that. Thank you guys for tuning into this video. Hope it wasn't too triggering. Oh, and also these are the pictures she ripped up. She ripped me out of it and she threw all of my pictures in the trash can. But Chris was able to retrieve this because baby, I was cute. Okay, like I was cute. And a lot of the times what made it so easy for me to call the police is because I remember that she was talking to this little girl. She wasn't talking to me. She was talking to this little girl, and she has always talked to this little girl like that. She has always treated this little girl like that. And this woman ain't letting you do her like that no more. I'm done not doing it anymore. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see y'all in the next video.